The other thing that we found fascinating is how incredibly interested even the smallest child is in acquiring information, right?
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter whether it's bugs or letters or whatever. They're just astounded by what the world has to offer.
It's really wonderful for them to come to kindergarten knowing letters, knowing the sounds that letters make, and then socially to just be able to share, to be able to understand that you don't always get your way, to play with others nicely.
How a child develops socially and emotionally and physically really set the tone for the learning that's going to take place for this child later on in life. Contemporary research tells us that the brain grows at a rapid rate during the first 6 years of life, and it also lays the foundation for lifelong learning and development. It is during these early years that the child learns through their experiences, the experiences they have in their surroundings. And as a result, these experiences form the synaptic connections that are in the brain.
I mean, the capacity of the human mind is just, I've always taught small children, but not the 3s and 4s, and I've been astounded at what they're interested in and what the vocabulary that they learn here and use, not just passively receiving it. This morning, one of the children had learned the word curve, so it came up with her about 5 times in the conversation, different ways of using the word curve, and I thought, oh my gosh.
Did you just learn that word, curve?
We see that all the time, is the vocabulary expansion and all of that makes it such a wonderful place.
I think it's very important for any child to start at this age in a preschool, then going right into kindergarten. I think it helps them with social skills, cognitive skills.
But they're always interacting with each other about whose turn it is, and may I have that book now, or would you please read? They have learned in every possible way how to handle all the niceties of moving through a social situation that's fraught. The world is fraught with things that aren't going to go your way, but there's a much better chance of being able to work your way through it if you know the rules that apply in the world.
The expectations of kindergarten today are very, very high. And in order to be able to work in that environment in a confident way and feel good about yourself and feel like you're succeeding, is to be ready for it.
My daughter used to come here last year. She is now in kindergarten, so she was here for 2 years before. Her leaving this program, she still talks about it, of how much she loves the teachers, how much they worked with her throughout the 2 years she was here.
Brielle is a model student in terms of behavior, listening to directions, follows the rules, knows the routines, is responsible for her own belongings and bringing home her go-home folder and things like that. I would say that Brielle was sort of at the perfect place where she came in with all the foundation knowledge, knowing letters and sounds and numbers, and just ready for me to teach her sort of how to put those pieces together into reading and writing. I believe I wrote that in one of her first report cards, that she sort of came, sort of the kindergarten teacher's dream place. So really just ready for me to push her to the next step.
The Adam J. Lewis Preschool provides these experiences for children to learn in an environment that is intentionally designed to promote positive learning outcomes for children while provoking their creative ability to learn through play. The program looks at the whole child, so they're developing this child socially and emotionally and cognitively and physically. In addition, they emphasize parent education. They provide parenting education workshops so that the parents can then take the learning that happens in the classroom and extend it into the home.
Since I've retired, I have done some substitute teaching in various preschools around the Fairfield County area. To me, there is no comparison. This place is absolutely outstanding.
we both feel that way. Is
Yes.
that this is the
This is
preschool
the
I'd
place.
come to.
Yes,
given I had a
absolutely.
chance to do any of it over, is I'd be running in the door every morning with them and doing the sensory and the patting and the building and all of it, right? I mean, it's here we are how many months later, and we're both as fascinated in the morning when we come in as we were on that first day.
Just from the perspective of the open space, the choices that the children have here, the opportunity that they have here.
The changing choices, right? It's
Oh.
nothing, it's just all the time, right? It's
And
like,
not only
ooh.
what happens in here, but once they learn something, they go out and do these amazing field trips where they can take the outside world and they can, mix it together with what they've learned in the classroom, and it just becomes so real.
Brielle definitely stood out as someone that came from a place where she was given the academic skills that she needed, but also was taught to be confident, was taught to try new things.
We call this time the window of opportunity, when the brain is more susceptible to learning through experiences. So we know how important these experiences are that we give to children. Interestingly enough, that if the child is not exposed to these experiences, that these neural pathways in the brain will close up.
Kids are so smart. They are like sponges.
They are, right.
They are naturally curious and they want to learn. It's not something that you're forcing upon them. They want it badly.
Interesting.
So if they are prepared the way they are definitely prepared at AJL preschool, they can't do anything but be successful.
I think that's very big, just for a 5-year-old to still talk about the school that she went to before.
When your child is in a high-quality preschool program like the Adam J. Lewis School, every day is another enriching experience for young children.
You can tell that she went to a preschool where both academics were fostered, but also social skills and also independence.
And I was very happy that she came here for 2 years.
There's nothing that is not possible.